Hi everyone, how's everyone? Thank you for joining. Okay, so first of all, I would just like to thank. Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Uh, First of all, I would just like to thank all of you for your comments and your feedback from the previous video. It's really encouraging. Please keep doing that. And that is the whole purpose of this communication actually, that I would like to communicate with as many people as possible, with whatever ideas that I have to share with. So please, even for this session, whatever I'll be talking, if you have any queries related to that, or if you have your own thoughts about the same, please do share, and then I can answer those by replying to your post, or and the communication can be even better, effective, more effective communication we can have with the exchange of ideas. So today's topic that I would like to talk about is about creativity. So when you hear the word creativity, what is it that comes to your mind? So it is something that being creative is something that you use your own imagination to come up with new ideas. That is what is creativity. But when you say that some person is creative, then how do you relate that creativity with? So if I am not wrong, with whatever experience that I have, whatever I have observed around me, it's been almost 2 decades now. I've been practicing my design profession. So, with that, whatever experience that I have, whatever my observations, I think that people try to associate creativity with artistic fields. It could be anything: drawing, dance, music, or poetry. So, anything that is artistic is creative to most of us generally. I would say that is true, but not completely true. It's partially true because yes, all these activities, that is poetry or painting, drawing, dance, music, all these things are expressions, creative ideas that people express through these different activities, through these actions, and it certainly require their own imagination. But if you have observed, not all the performances or not all art related activities really communicate with you, touch with you. There are only few of these things that you think, oh wow, that's something new. It's really creative. So, what I am trying to make here is, what point I am trying to make here is that creativity is something that we need not associate only with artistic pursuits. If you look at it, even something like a business idea is a creative idea, and it's not artistic expression, yet it is creative. So the misconception that most of us have, that only artistic people or things related to art are creativity things, or things related to creativity, that is something wrong. It Creativity is not restricted to only artistic activities. It is much beyond that. And continuing the same point, I would like to say that when we say that creative fields or creative professions, we start thinking about designers, we start thinking about advertising professionals, or architects, artists. But don't you think that a doctor who is skillfully diagnosing and using the procedures for, try with whatever experience that the doctor has, with that knowledge, trying to judge that what is it that which procedure is going to work the best, or how to, like, taking those judgments at that moment, at the crucial time where, you know, the patient's life is in doctor's hand. He is so creative in his profession, he or she, whoever is. So uh, again, what I am trying to make here, the point is that it's not only art related professions which where you can apply creativity, but it is in any other professions as well that you are you can apply, or you need to apply creativity. It's just that because of this false notion that uh, that is more bombarded, or that's what is the way of thinking. Most of the people keep thinking that one who are only the people who are in artist or artistic fields or art related fields are creative people, and rest of them in the other professions, that sports people or lawyers or finance people or business people, they're not creative. So which is not true. They also need creativity, and up to, like, uh, they also have to be that creative to stand out and to make their work, or to deliver their best. Another thing that I have observed that people have, one more misconception that people have about creativity is that it is an inborn talent, and only some of the people who are who are blessed with art related or art related aptitude are blessed with creativity, and rest of them are not. This again is, I feel, such a terrible misconception, which is not true at all. Yes, I agree that not all of us, by the time we are grown ups or adults, some of us tend to lose that creative potential or application of using that creativity by the time we grow and we start working and in different professions. So, because of this is what we've been seeing every time. That's why we think that only those people who have this inborn talent, they can do well. It's not true. So creativity, as we say, that it is about imagination, trying out new things, coming up with new ideas, new solutions. So just think a small baby, if whatever the baby is exposed to new things, so whatever he or she is seeing it for the first time, just look at the way they are curiously observing so many details of that thing. They can spend hours in understanding that particular thing from different in different ways or different perspectives. So somehow when we grow up, we try to, we tend to lose this ability of ours to observe things from different perspectives, to look at the same thing from fresh perspectives, different angles. And that is what is something which contributes in coming up with many solutions to one particular problem or to one particular idea that we are thinking about. So if we take efforts and we somehow able to manage that, to keep that curiosity alive, to keep that observation alive in us even when we grow, we can definitely harness the creative abilities in ourselves. And it's something like, a muscle with which can be like our muscles with daily exercise or a structured exercise. If we keep on doing, we can strengthen those muscles. So creativity is also something like the same thing. It is an ability that if you keep on working on it and don't let loose, everyone has creativity inborn. It could be, the extent could be little bit here and there with every individual. I agree with that, definitely there are. But but it's just that with the way we the kind of exposure that we get in the during the childhood, or the way we develop our own perspective to look at the things, sometimes it reduces that potential, the innate potential that we have naturally. It just reduces. And that's why we just think that, I'll be talking about why does this happen, so that you will be able to relate to it. And I'm sure that every one of you will have a different perspective after listening to this, and you will try and, you know try to nurture that back again, to try to explore your creative potential once again. So, one more thing, like taking the same thing in continuation, I would like to talk about one last point for today's session. Is one more misconception that we have about creativity is that, creative ideas, they just come in a flash like that, and it is something, a divine message that comes to you in a flash, and that to not everyone, only those who are blessed with that creative talent, which also is not true at all. So those who are creative and who are working in creative potential will definitely agree with me on this. It's, an artist, whoever it is, a musician or a dancer, they have been practicing that particular craft or that skill that they are practicing for so many years. They take so much of efforts in that, and then with that regular practice and with so much of thought going inside, that what is it, how can I make it better, how can I express my own thoughts through this is just, skill is just a medium for me to express the ideas that I have in my mind. And with lot of thinking, lot of observation, lot of practice about that particular art or that craft, they come up with something that is, that we think, oh wow, what a novel idea, this never struck to me. It never struck to you because you haven't done those much of efforts that the other person, the artist or the creative professional, whoever it is, has put into it. It's not only about the skill in that particular art, it's also about the thought process that goes behind it. So it comes like a flash, yes, I agree, but when will it come like a flash? When you have that background behind it, like when you have that years of months of years of practice, months of thinking on it, on that, how to express whatever you want to express. With that comes that spontaneous, which looks like spontaneous creativity, but it's not spontaneous. There has to be that practice and that thought process that goes behind it, and it looks like spontaneous, but it's not actually. There are a lot of efforts going at back of the mind. So as you see only the tip of the iceberg, we can relate it with that. It's like a tip of the iceberg that we see as a flash of that creativity, but there are a lot of efforts as the foundation that we can't see. So the point is, again, I would like to summarize the whole session is, creativity is your ability to imagine and come up with new ideas, as many ideas, novel ideas. And it is not something that only few of us are placed with it. All of us are creative. It's just the matter that during the course of time, we tend to lose that ability. But if we take those efforts, we can definitely revive it, the creative potential, and it can be something which could be developed with a lot of efforts. So thank you for all of you who have joined, and I can see some of the comments. So what I would suggest again, that please, you can listen to the video and share your comments if you have any queries, or if you have anything to share, please do post it in the comment box, and I would try to solve those queries or reply to those ideas. It would be a nice idea exchange platform here. Thank you so much. and see you next time. Next, we will meet the day after tomorrow. So it will be every alternate day that I will be talking about it. So please do share your comments and feedback. Thank you so much. See you.